Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
But being in my 20s, like going to a bar show felt like such a production because at the time I lived on Long Island. I made like no money. Like going to a bar show had to be like an all-day thing. Now I can just go on the job I had after work. This is like 20 minutes away.
Speaking of having money, Kay, look what I bought.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ! Wait, didn't you have one already?
No,
someone else I know had a Keyblade. Okay.
Yeah, this thing's actually heavy. Made of metal fucking Keyblade, dude. I nerded out so hard at FanCon this weekend.
So was this like? Tell me about this FanCon. I didn't know this was like a thing in Boston. I should.
I've never heard of it, but so the YouTube trying to work with Form Alliance, they were there. So literally, dude, they had this giant inflatable setup thing. And the company is called Dark Zone. So they had all of their rifles and their pistols and tubes of ammo. It was saying, come on up, shoot our blasters for free. And selling the blasters.
Nice.
And they had a giveaway. To the three blasters, so you had to get email and shit in. So they got someone to contact info and data. So that was their part of the convention. The rest of it was just like nerd shit. There's a lot of cosplay.
Oh, of course, cosplay is the best part of going to cons.
Yeah. A lot of artists were there, like crazy artwork on like metal plates.
Okay.
And they're so shiny, like to the point where they looked so good. They had like a no video photo policy. I'm not going to take a picture or video. This deserves to be seen in person. Yeah, that's how it was. And then they had like swords, like samurai swords. So you could buy a bamboo version, a metal version, or a realistic better metal version.
I feel like weapons like where you just blow money. Like I've never been to a con, but I've been to the fair. Those weapons tend to be dangerous.
Yeah, they're crazy. So how do you guys go with buying and selling swords? Well, they're all blunted. But
hey, we need to get you to a con.
Yeah, it was too much fun.
I don't know if that Fanatics thing counts as a con.
Yes, yes, it does.
It does.
Yes, it does. That is a con in the purest form.
It is a convention. It's actually probably more of a con than this one was, because it's going to have like panelists and speakers, as well as like merch tables and things go around.
It is totally a con. We need to
guess how much you think. Take a guess how much this Keyblade was.
$150.
$250.
$90.
It's actually not bad.
$90.
Everything there, I would like ask for prices. My answer was always, "That's so reasonable." Like the actual
because you were in New York.
Yeah, I was in Boston.
That's true.
But also, because like another thing was, they were like, you can buy it for $60 here, like the ocarina, little pipe flute thing.
Yeah.
So you can buy it for $60 here and get a free music book, or like you can wait online where they're like $80 plus shipping and tax.
Okay.
So everyone undercut their prices for the cons so they could sell more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's smart.
So and it worked, dude. I was like $90. I looked at my wallet and went, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, okay, we got to get you like Comic-Con or something.
Friday, so it's just like, well, goddamn, I had all this money.
I'm gonna try to go to Comic-Con, most likely Sunday. If I can make Saturday work as well, I would like to go Saturday.
I have a group of people going with me Friday, and I got the pre-sale because I went last year. Mm-hmm. I should have hit you and be like, hey, I'm dropping money on Comic-Con. Tell me what tickets you want, because like the 4-day passes sold out the day I bought them. So like only single day are available. So, and my pre-sale link is still good for like another week because tickets don't go on sale until to the general public till next week. So like I could buy your ticket for you and assign it to you.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah, just throw me the money and you'll be good to go. So, but I'm excited.
Comic-Con I've always wanted to go to. I always work weekends. This is the first like really time in my life where like I have a weekend day off. Because I switched my schedule around again. That's why I'm working Tuesdays. So I had 2 weeks where I didn't work Tuesdays, and I was free on the show day. And then I had the opportunity to get Sundays off, and no shade, y'all. Sundays off was needed.
So you guys have tomorrow off?
Yes, I do. We freed the slaves, baby.
Yeah.
I do not have off, but I'm taking my. Okay, well, I work direct crisis service work.
I mean, that's also very true. You don't have a day off.
Yeah, company doesn't get any days off.
Yeah. So my org does give Juneteenth as a holiday. They were doing that before it was like required. Mm-hmm. But we do all holidays in my department, so we get to pick an extra day off.
Nice.
So I'm taking my Juneteenth holiday the Saturday before Pride, so I can have a 3-day weekend, and I'm taking a half day that Friday, so it's like a 3.5 day weekend.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's good.
It's not bad.
That's good. Yeah.
So my weekend now is Sunday, Monday, which fucking rips.
Yeah.
Because I have a weekend day off, but I also like Monday I can go into the world and get shit done.
Okay, I know what'll get you to Comic-Con, but I do not think they will both be there if you do go on a Sunday.
The Hardys?
No. Something your 90s heartthrob self would love. Freddie Prinze Jr. and Rachel Lee Cook.
Justin Timberlake was supposed to be there, but...
Justin Timberlake's playing MSG next week, and I low-key want to see if I can get a ticket. Just to heckle him.
Did you see the mugshot? The mugshot's public now.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah. He was fucked up. I can tell by his eyes. See, this is what happens when people who are outside of Long Island say they can party and drink in Long Island. Dumb shit like this happens. JT should have known better.
I was talking about this in one of my other group chats.
Doing like doesn't do him any favors.
Was he with Jimmy Fallon?
No, Jimmy lives in Locust Valley.
Well, Jimmy Fallon and him are like besties, and Jimmy Fallon's like low-key an alcoholic.
Yeah, Jimmy lives in because his kids go to Locust Valley. Jimmy, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Jimmy has like a house or something out in Sag Harbor.
He looks stoned.
He was fucked up.
I'm not gonna lie, he still looks very handsome.
I'm gonna say this is the most. This is like
it's kind of a dreamy mugshot. I'm not gonna lie.
Did they face tune his mugshot because it's the ring light, but like this is too nice to be a mugshot.
I mean, I said the same thing about Liv Morgan's mugshot. That was unbelievable.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like his license photo. I gotta pull up Liv Morgan's mugshot now, have them side by side, because I remember hers was pretty good.
Hers was gorgeous. Like, I understand why Dom is acting the way he is. At this point, I'm like, Dom, just do it. No one's gonna blame you at this point.
It's so not realistic.
Oh yeah, she does have makeup on too. Liv Morgan does.
It's barely anything.
Barely, yeah. Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, this is
Which
amazing.
is a weird thing to say for a mugshot. Like, dude, JT and Liv Morgan mugshots make a crazy mugshot, baby.
Well, I know I showed Kay, but there's a picture of Justin Timberlake in handcuffs leaving the precinct. It's amazing.
Do you want to know when Justin Timberlake's going to get his driver's license back? It's going to be May.
I told Will that one before you came on.
Oh, damn.
You know, did you hear a story about this? There's so many stories coming out now. So apparently, the officer that pulled him over didn't know who he was.
Oh, it's so funny.
What do you mean they didn't know who he was?
The police officer was so young, he had no clue who Justin Timberlake was.
Honestly, okay. So, why did you say that? I'm like a lifelong NSYNC stan. Like Lance has been my guy since day one. I have always been suspicious of Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
He's low-key my least favorite member of NSYNC.
You're the first person who's ever told me that.
No. Okay, so this is the deal, right? NSYNC, an NSYNC reunion tour is all anyone has wanted for like 20 years, right? NSYNC broke up 20 years ago. Justin went solo, and he kind of left everybody else behind. He always thought he was too good for him.
Have you heard those albums?
Yeah, they're really good. Most of Justin Timberlake's solo music is really good.
Yes.
However, he thought that he was going to coast off his youth and his sex appeal forever. And,
worked for a while.
You know, it did, but, you know, you turned 40.
I mean, judging by that mugshot, he still got it.
He's like practicing for older guy, but he's realizing that, like, he's not the it guy anymore. Like, people born in the year 2001 don't know who he is.
Which is a shame.
Time in the studio, dude. Time in the studio.
He just came out with an album.
Oh. Well, I sucked then. I didn't know that.
It was. I haven't listened to it yet. I have it downloaded, but apparently it was lackluster compared to his upper projects.
It's not good.
Fame don't last forever.
Yeah.
I think Justin Timberlake thought he would kind of be like exempt from that truth, and I kind of feel the same way about Leo DiCaprio.
I mean, it's Leo.
He's still relevant.
Yeah, he's still relevant.
You know why? He still gets memed.
No, he's still relevant, but like he's not the hot guy anymore. You know what I mean?
No, it's a little creepy because he dumps him in 25.
Yeah.
Leo's turning into this like dude.
Turn this creeper guy. So did anybody read like the comments that came out of like the police report? I've been following this all day. So apparently he was in a restaurant. He claimed he had one martini, and judging by that mugshot, no, he did not. That is not a one martini face.
He forgot the crack cocaine.
Yeah. So he got. I bet you they were cops were tailing him as soon as he got out. He got out of there. He was driving a 2025 gray Beamer, and he was seen with Florida plates, which is that's what did him in. It's the Florida plates.
God.
Yeah, 2025 Beamer. Florida plates. He apparently couldn't maintain his car in the lane and like blew a stop sign.
That's like not even a DUI. Are you kidding? Okay, not to like air skeletons in my own closet, but I have made the horrible mistake of driving drunk. I did not get a DUI, and I did better than that.
Yeah, well, apparently he couldn't pass basic field tests, and he refused the number test. And I was like, yeah, that's gonna do you in.
That's crazy.
You know, apparently he mumbled, it's like, oh, this is gonna mess up a tour. And the officer goes, what tour? And Justin goes, the world tour.
Honestly, I lived.
This is gonna be a great day in Long Island history. It's a great day in Long Island. I was like, this is amazing. We arrested I was like, what is Justin Timberlake doing on Long Island to begin with?
I feel like I've gotten such like a...
He's being rich, man. What do you mean?
I guess, but like, yeah, you know.
Oh no.
What do you own knowing?
My headphones died.
Oh, we can hear
My
you.
headphones died. This is a crisis.
It's not one thing, it's another.
Come on, Judy, get it together.
I never have it together. Where are my little headphones? I'll be back. Hold on.
Oh, man. No, but Justin Timberlake memes are the greatest thing in the world. Oh, Yankees scored. Perfect. Thanks, Volpe.
Yeah, Volpe singled. Did listen to her after the Sox. Did not feel good.
Oh, did we break Adley Rushman's nose? Oh no, he almost got picked off at first and he face planted. You see that the Bleacher Board just put a video.
No,
he got picked off he almost got picked off at second, and then in the dive he face planted. Oh fuck.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Fabulous. I have my worst headphones, but it is what it is.
You sound fine. Did you find the video, Will?
It's on Bleacher Report.
Yeah, I just got a Bleacher Report thing about it.
Look at my inhaler.
Buddy knows where we go. Yeah. What the fuck happened, dude? Like, what just happened? What am I looking at?
Why'd you have such a high lead off of second anyways?
Go tag him out. I need a better angle of that.
Oh yeah, the angle from the back isn't that great.
I'm sure John will do a thing about it.
Probably.
We good to go?
I'm good to go. Kay, are you
I'm
good
ready.
to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Alright. Let me start rolling.
Yes.
Back up in that a while. Alright, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, things have gotten really, really weird in WWE, and I'm so sorry that Chad Gable signed that contract extension because, boy, was he in for a surprise on Monday. The fallout from Clash at the Castle and the weirdest, most insane ending to Raw that we've seen in a really, really long time is all going to be discussed. And oh yeah, AJ Styles is going back to Japan, by the way. All of that and more in episode 380 of Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively here on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
Yeah, you all thought he was going to TNA.
It was a possibility. Listen, I still feel like he could have gone to TNA, but I mean, Japan's good.
He still could go to TNA.
Yeah, no, he could.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's still a possibility.
I'm telling you, dude, he's just like, I don't want to go back there. I don't care how much money you give me. I don't want to go there.
You never know. Money does talk. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 380, a not so monumental episode until you realize that tomorrow, after we've recorded this, is a day we actually kind of freed the slates, but not really. But also, more importantly, tomorrow is also technically, Mr. Tarashak, my 8th year in podcasting. Because 8 years ago, I started podcasting with you on Juneteenth. When we freed the slaves, when when Dean Ambrose cast in, when Kyrie won a championship. Do you remember that? That happened.
With the Cavaliers.
With the Cavaliers, yeah. All of that happened.
Yeah.
All that happened 8 years ago. So happy anniversary to me, 350 episodes later. Some shit like that.
Juneteenth, forever known as the day Ricky freed me from a 2-man podcast with Dave.
Pretty much. So thank you guys for joining us. Obviously, King Rick Rose, Ambassador Biggs, your lead host here. With me, back from Boston, but totally missing the end of the finals, Will Tarashak. How are you?
Dude, I'm glad I wasn't there because I was in Boston the night they got spanked in Dallas. Let me tell you, I never drove home faster. I got out of Boston with no issue. Everyone was in their houses disappointed. If that was game 5 and it was in Boston, I'd still be in chat. I'd probably just be getting home.
Pretty much. And back again for the very first time, almost on Must Relaxes, but always Team Lance. Kayfabe, how are you?
Hi. I am less injured, feeling less old today, and I have red hair for the first time in 10 years. So that's
thank you.
That's something.
Yes, welcome back, Judy Funny, please.
Judy.
Oh God.
I'll be honest, I almost thought about just like skipping this show and then going to next week with our Prohibited Portal / Forbidden Door show featuring not one, but now 2 guests, because the other one has been confirmed.
We confirmed both of them?
We confirmed both of them, yes. I have verbal commitments from both of them, so it's going to be...
Okay, listen to the show last week with my proposal, like literally at the end of the show.
Oh my God, no. Who's coming on the show?
So we're gonna break it for you right now.
Is it Slack and his dad? Is it Slack and his dad?
No.
It's almost better.
Almost better than
Slack and his mom?
Better.
No, we've never met Slack's mom, although we should.
No. I don't feel
Slack and his girlfriend.
Mother.
Let's not do Slack and his girlfriend. I know way too much information. Anywho, but
that would be something.
Kay, I'll text you.
Okay.
I will text you. No. So Will and I had the wherewithal to know, like, hey, we know nothing about New Japan. We barely know enough about AEW. A lot of that we rely on yourself, Kay. Will had the bright ideas that we bring in an expert in Japanese pro wrestling, and turns out we have a young lion on our staff with us at Wrestle Addict Radio.
Oh shit!
So I have a verbal confirmation. We are going to have Slack on next week. We are going to have Mr. YLP of Young Lions Perspective on as well. It's going to be a 5-person mega show opening the Prohibited Portal, and essentially we're just going to monitor Slack and Mr. YLP go at it for a while.
So I guess that takes away my idea of skipping the show next week to go to the Mets and Yankees game.
Correct. Correct.
I'm like, wait a minute. It's a City Field. We can all just hop on a train. It's a perfect plan.
Although, now that I know it's a 3-game set next week in City Field, I might pick up tickets. Not on Wednesday, but on another day. Because legit, actually, for a complete sideburn, for a work thing, Jazz company's doing like a Yankee Stadium thing. And I'm like, no. No one gets to take you to a baseball game before I do. I'm taking her for her first baseball game.
There you go.
I'll look up tickets. Now that I know, next week, Mets Yankees. Done.
Mets Yankees.
Yeah, I think it's like Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah. Mets Yankees, good first date. Trust me, I've done it before. Yeah. So, I thought about canceling, and then everything happened that happened this last couple of days in the world of pro wrestling. Before we get to that, obviously, I do want to kind of talk about this and also give it to our resident rainbow, Mix Mifrey Kayfabe, who designed this awesome logo for us, this Wrestle Addict Radio Pride logo. We have merchandise that is on sale not only for this month, but for forever, in perpetuity, until we decide to come up with something else. Kay, obviously, as I told Will last week, is now the Hope of War, the head of product enhancement. The head of product enhancement, the Hope of War. So Kay came up with this great design. We are going to use this design forever and ever until we decide that we are not going to do it anymore. But I think this one's going to stick. This might be one of my favorite designs of yours, Kay. Not going to lie, but
mine too. Actually, yeah. It's like the least amount of work I've done in design yet.
Definitely catches the eye.
It does. It sticks out. It looks great on merch so far. So that is on sale right now. We're going to have some more merch coming out very, very soon. Although it's kind of already designed. Essentially more advertisement for the other merch coming on as well. So simple plug there. Like, share, subscribe. The link to all of that stuff are in the description below. Wherever you're listening to us or wherever you're watching us live right now on Twitter, Twitch, and or YouTube as well. So like I said, things got really crazy really quick, especially the ending of Raw last night. So we had Money in the Bank qualifiers, which we'll talk about in 2 weeks, because guess what, folks? Money in the Bank is in like 2 weeks, by the way. So
I know,
that's
dude.
such a fast turnaround.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. And then after Money in the Banks, we actually get a break and we get 4 weeks till SummerSlam. So there's your little breather. So Money in the we had Money in the Bank qualifier. Jey Uso yeeted his way to becoming Mr. Yeet in the Bank, potentially. He's already my front runner, but we'll talk about that more later. And then lights started going out randomly in a very fiendish way. We saw the door, and the door opened, and then after the door opened, we saw a woman crawling through the door, which reminded me of The Ring, and The Ring, as a child, scared the living shit out of me.
Yep, same. That was accurate.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is gonna get real weird now, isn't it? Lady comes out, and then they go backstage, and you see bodies on the floor, you see blood everywhere. Chad Gable's been shot in the temple.
That was bizarre. I was like, what the fuck happened to Chad Gable? He took a pickaxe.
He should have read his contract. Either that or Triple H is a great capitalist. Hey, bud, just sign right here, bud. You're right here. No one's gonna kill you yet. Don't worry. Which is ironic because Chad Gable has a qualifying match next week, so I guess not anymore. And then you saw all these bodies, and honestly, great live special effects. I did not know they had this capability in them, and kudos to the production team. And then you saw Uncle Howdy, and they all came out, and they took the lantern, and Uncle Howdy said, "We're here." Hey, Frets. He said, "We're here," and blew it out, and then the screen went black, and you saw that damn woman like jump screen right as Raw went off the air. And it was, I thought, absolutely brilliant production work. Again, I didn't know they could do that in such a quick turnaround. So this is this faction is called the Wyatt Six. SICKS is the official spelling of the Wyatt Six. Yeah.
Sick.
But when you look at the merchandise that came out right after their debut, there is the number 6 there as well. So technically the 6 are Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, big ass rambling rabbit with the help mallet is returning Eric Rowan. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mercy the Buzzard is Dexter Loomis. Okay, he was the one that was in actual gorilla on top of like the shelves and stuff, sitting cross-legged and stuff like that. Husky Harris with the pig smoke mask is Joe Gacy. And Sister Abigail being Nikki Cross. The 6-member, quote unquote, is the spirit of Bray Wyatt, which I believe would be personified as the Lantern. So there are your 6 of the Wyatt 6. So that is the faction. So initial thoughts.
Wait, what?
What? Yes. Oh,
Mr. Fretz in the chat.
I saw. All right. So let's explain to you.
Sorry, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. I will explain to you. Okay. So on NXT last week, Cody showed up and got invited to the cookout by Trick Williams. Great line. But the 6th member is not Alexa. So, and Cody said, hey, your next opponent for when you defend the title at NXT Heatwave, which is also Money in the Bank weekend in Toronto, your next opponent is going to be determined by a 25-man battle royal, which kicked off NXT as we are recording right now. And some of the people in the battle royal may not be from the same locker room. Obviously, with the TNA integration in the NXT, Tatum Paxley showed up on TNA's, I think, a TNA show on Friday to go up against Jordan Grace. So there's integration there. So it was very well known that potentially TNA was going to show up in this battle royal. And apparently, according to Frets, we said his name so many times he finally appeared. Joe Hendry is on NXT in this battle royal, as well as Frankie Kazarian from TNA as well. So there's that breaking news for you, UK. And I'm so glad I DVR'd it. That was also the other reason I thought about not doing the show today, because like I kind of want to see who shows up in this battle royal. But
that is pretty cool. I do like this TNA NXT integration.
Yeah,
me too. It's really cool.
Yes, but back to the freakiness at hand. Will, did you watch this Wyatt 6?
I did. When I heard Seth came back, I was like, oh, I'll watch Raw before I do the show. And then I heard the 6 to 6 figure. I'm like, all right, I'm
definitely watch Raw before the show, and I did. I finished it about half an hour ago.
Okay.
And at first I was just like, this is bizarre.
Yeah.
It wasn't until they went backstage and I saw the crime scene where I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
All right, because I don't know. I don't know why, but I think in the long run that this is going to flop. Personally, but it's off to a pretty interesting start.
Yeah,
but I don't know how they can do this without Bray. And like, what does Alexa Bliss even do? I think she should be involved in this somehow because of that tie-in. Maybe she doesn't want to do it though. I mean, who knows?
Maybe they have something more for her, but
Nikki Cross is a great choice.
Nikki Cross, I thought, should have been in it to begin with. You know, she's the only, and Sister Abigail, I think, was the only female character that Bray created. Yeah. So it made sense, but we'll work on that. Kayfabe, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm like super excited about what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I feel like low key bad for Bo Dallas because like that's so much pressure.
It is.
Like that's like an absurd amount of pressure. I think that they
I'm working on it.
Okay. I feel like there's like so much potential, and I feel more confident in the Uncle Howdy run with Vince gone, because like I feel like Vince probably would have like ruined it and made it like super cheesy. But I feel like such a mark, but like I feel like I'm like fully like I'm invested in the Triple H era. Like everything feels so fresh and different.
Yeah.
Which is what gives me hope that like they can execute a story that has so much like both heaviness to it as well as like there's a legacy to live up to.
Yeah, and I believe that in this instance that they're going to continue the whole seemingly the similar tradition of that all the merchandise from the Wyatt Six, just like Bray's merchandise as well, is going to go to Bray's family and JoJo and the kids and all of that.
Good.
So I don't think they're getting like, you know, the normal cuts of the merch. A lot of that merchandise sales are going to go to the family of JoJo.
Bo and the crew get something.
I mean, they got contracts.
I know, but from merch too. Like
True.
that could be a massive part of their payday.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. It could be.
Like I have no problem with Bray's family getting Bray's cut, but the fact Eric Rowan shouldn't get paid because Bray died, like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't merch sales a bonus on? Isn't merch sales like a commission pretty much based on top of their base salary?
Yeah, like when John Cena was number one in merch sales and LA Knight's number one in merch sales, LA Knight and John Cena gets a cut of their merch.
Correct. Yeah.
So faction members, like say take Judgment Day for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be fair. Well, I guess it also depends on what kind of merch. That there's Rhea specific Judgment Day merch as opposed to overall Judgment Day merch. It's probably cut separately.
Yeah.
Like Rhea gets her cut and then she probably gets a small cut of the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
But yeah, merchandise is a huge part of how these guys make a living, for sure.
Yeah, no, it is something to look into with this. But I like the debut. It's almost as wild as a scene as when the Nexus debuted.
Yeah, it's definitely memorable. Like I'm not gonna forget this anytime soon. It's like, yeah, remember when these psychopaths in masks like murdered people in Gorilla? Except the cameraman. They murdered everyone but the cameraman.
Yeah, it was great, but I do kind of have a similar concern that you have, Will, is that where do you go from here? When are they gonna wrestle? How are they gonna wrestle? The thing that was circling around my head today was also is this isolated to Raw? Because
probably.
Well, because the messing with the feed and stuff, because they messed up the feed to Raw yesterday too. So they messed up the feed to Raw. But they've been doing this on like SmackDown, I think also on NXT as well. So
they have been doing it everywhere. They did it on the pay-per-view too.
Correct. So RV's gonna be like, RV just gonna pop up all these places. In my opinion,
they could.
Yeah. In my opinion, I like the idea of keeping it a Raw problem. You know, and
I do too, and I think the multiple appearances could have been a red herring because it's like, well, you don't know when.
I think that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, there's the thing. The fact that we're asking questions and like trying to fancy book this is a good sign for sure. Like, I think it'd be a cool idea if they can't really do the in-ring stuff, because Sarah told me about Bray Wyatt, like that match he had with LA Knight, the Mountain Dew match. It wasn't good.
Oh, the pitch black match.
Yeah, the pitch black match.
Yeah.
Like, his matches with Seth Rollins, they weren't good. However, the match with John Cena, WrestleMania, the cinematic match, was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The Bray Wyatt swamp fight with Braun Strowman was fucking awesome.
Loved it.
The Matt Hardy fights were fucking awesome. I think you could make this work if you did it in cinematic matches.
Yeah, cinematic might be the way to actually kind of do this. And kayfabe,
it is hard to do that on a pay-per-view though, because it's like you're gonna have the live crowd sit and watch it for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Or you can
unless they pre-tape portions of it and then they do some like live in ring,
which WWE has done before.
They could do that too.
That's how they did Boiler Room. That's how they did Boiler Room Brawl.
That's okay. They could do that. I think that if you do the finish in the ring. I think that makes a lot of sense. Sure.
Yeah, no, that really does. And I want to see if you guys actually noticed this, because there's a couple interesting things. So when they did the reveal, and it was obviously kind of the Bray's second, theme for his secondary return, it was only the first note. They never moved past the first note, which made it all the more creepy. And then I think Matt Ritter of Smackin' It Raw, who's a giant horror person, who's the first person I thought about when this all was going down, he summed it together perfectly. They did it in Texas. It's literally a Texas Chainsaw Massacre spoof.
Oh, that's good. They're in Corpus Christi.
Because they're in Corpus Christi.
Man, why the fuck did Corpus Christi get this? They didn't deserve it.
They get weird stuff. Like, people get thrown into the water in Corpus Christi.
The weirdest thing happens when WWE goes to Corpus Christi.
It does. It was pretty crazy. And I thought what was a good thing, too, and I think you'll like this, Will, from a production standpoint, and we're going to talk about it. When Drew, quote-unquote, quit, and they followed Drew backstage, it's the same path they took for the Wyatt 6 debut. So it's kind of already establishing that's the shot that they're taking.
That one shot.
Yeah.
And then Triple H pushing the camera away, I thought was a nice touch too.
Yeah, no, it was good.
He really sold the realism.
Yeah, no, it was good. I like it. It's just wildly creative. Kay, what are your thoughts on Chad Gable getting shot?
Good riddance. Bye.
It would have been really funny if this Otis was just sitting over there puffing, and the Wyatt Six are like, "Yo."
Well, I'm wondering. Well, because didn't Chad have a match with Braun Strowman like earlier in the night?
Yeah. So what happened was, never mess with him. Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, that makes sense.
You did.
No, you're good, Kay. You're good. You're back in now.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. It's just a little technical difficulty because you're not here all the time. But yeah, no, I get it. Like, yeah, they don't mess with them. Like they show up in a Braun match or they look at Braun and they kind of just like walk away. Or something like that. They're like, we're not going to mess with you at all. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. It's ironic because in the match with Braun that Chad had, Otis finally went after Chad and he snapped and he like freaked out and hulked out, and then at post match, Otis was like, I'm getting out of here. He packed his stuff and left. So it was they kind of just left Chad on his own. So I was like, oh, did Otis know something about what was going on?
Oh, maybe they like tipped him off, like, get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be around for this. I'm surprised. You know what would have been really funny, which probably would have taken it away from the whole thing, is R-Truth.
Dude, I think Fret's posted the meme.
The R-Truth.
The picture of Judgment Day with
Imagine
the
if R-Truth came out by accident.
Oh, my bad.
He's like,
what if he starts selling
brothers?
You guys must be the APA.
What if he starts doing what he did with Judgment Day with the Wyatt Six and he has his own merch for them?
You can't. I love R-Truth mess with Judgment Day, but if you want to take this faction seriously, you cannot have R-Truth a part of it at all. But yeah, it's really hard to book this type of faction because You look at Bray. Bray tried to do something like this, but Bray never got to see it come to fruition because he got sick, which ultimately led to his, to his death. So I don't know how you actually book something like this for them at all. Does anybody have any ideas? Will Terra?
Yeah, I just said cinematic matches. I think that's the way you have to do this properly and kind of, you just got to be a lot of goo goo and gaga, as Pritchard would call it.
Yeah, it's a lot of pomp and circumstance.
And I think they probably have to take the masks off when they wrestle.
Yeah, I don't know how you wrestle in a mask like that.
How do you wrestle in that? Like it works really well, but then sometimes, and then the bell rings. So I'm skeptical, but I'm hopeful.
I'm hopeful for it too.
Touche to them. Touche for them for trying. I don't blame them for trying.
It's worth an attempt for someone that they never really saw get off the ground in the first place.
Yeah, it's yeah. And I want to give it a chance.
Yeah,
but I'm not hopeful.
Yeah, we got to give it a chance. Kay, how would you book the Wyatt Six?
I think another way to creatively book the Wyatt Six without making it feel unrealistic they would be wrestling is if you put them against other fantasy characters, like Finn Balor could go Demon Finn, for example.
Yeah.
I don't know who else could go scary.
Well, Braun was back in the back, murdered too.
Was Braun back there murdered? Did they take
Braun was back there. I noticed him by the arm tattoo. I identified him by his tattoo.
Braun Strowman or Braun Breaker?
Strowman.
Really? I did not see his big ass there.
I'm 90% sure it was him.
I'll have to watch again.
So I couldn't read anybody that was back there. I saw someone that I thought might have been Walter, but I wasn't sure.
I was looking for Triple H.
Honestly, Trips would have definitely been. He's like, dude, I'm doing this, man. I'm doing it.
He's like, no, man. Just I gotta make sure the camera doesn't show me because I'm still in Gorilla, producing the show.
Something happened with Adam Pearce. They took over Adam Pearce's Twitter.
Oh, did they?
They took over Adam Pearce's Twitter. Yeah. They took over Adam Pearce's Twitter. I know a bunch of announcers were like, holy shit. I think Vic Joseph was like, is anybody scared to go to sleep tonight? The best tweet I saw, which was very ominous too, was Matt Hardy said, and so it begins.
Yes.
Honestly,
they're in TNA now. It could happen.
Yeah, it could happen. Your boy Jeff came back, and so that would be somebody. That would be. He really just was like, "Let me out of AEW. Let me go back to see my brother." He with the quickness.
Good.
With the quickness.
Thank God.
If a TNA WWE thing is going to be as legitimate as they're making it, especially with NXT, bring in Matt Hardy and Brother Nero. Have them go at it. They would have a ball.
Yeah, they would.
That could be a whole hour of Raw. I don't care. Just do it. That would be probably the only supernatural. I don't know if you deem them supernatural, or if it's just kind of just weird psychopathic murderers.
Even so, weird psychopathic murderer is a realistic opponent for them.
That's true. That's true. I maybe the scariest thing is that Dexter Lumis will actually speak.
Oh shit, maybe.
That'd be good. The best is that Indy Hartwell posted, where can I find a good divorce lawyer?
That's funny. That's funny. That's pretty good. The business ain't dead. Kayfabe ain't dead.
No, it's good. But I'm hoping for the Wyatt Six. That thing has just shocked all of wrestling. And we'll see what happens with it. It's going to be interesting what happens on SmackDown if they show up, or if this is a Raw thing. And poor Adam Pearce, he thought he was getting away with getting rid of Chelsea Green, and now he has to deal with psychopaths. Poor man. Nick Aldis would never. Nick Aldis would not allow this at all. But moving on, before all of that wildness that happened on Monday happened, we had Clash at the Castle with, in my opinion, one of the most comical endings to a pay-per-view since Great Khali showed up in the Punjabi prison match to help out Jinder beat Randy. Well, me and you were watching the show together. Khali shows up. We start crying laughing.
I laughed too loudly. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
It was so good.
And he holds the title upside down.
Oh my God. It was great. So before we get into the calamity that was Clash of the Castle, what are your overall thoughts, Kayfabe?
I really liked the show. Pacing was really good. I, for the most part, wasn't bored, and the main event was hysterical.
Yeah, absolutely hysterical. Will Tarashok.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. The I Quit match was good. Finish was fine. The tag titles was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Actually, a shocking surprise. Well, I think we should discuss if that's the right move or not. And the main event was fun. I mean, I was also watching it because I actually went up back to Massachusetts this weekend because it was my aunt's 75th birthday, and we were going out to eat Saturday night, and we literally left right when the bell rang, the main event. So I had to watch it when I got home. And it was spoiled for me because I went on Twitter, I went on Instagram like an idiot.
Yeah, you did.
So that kind of ruined it a little bit for me, but I thought the camera angles were phenomenal.
Perfect.
When the ref comes in and you get it from behind.
Perfect.
It was just it was great. I mean, it was really clever. It was something Kevin Dunn never would have thought of.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
It was a fun show. It was a house show. It was fun.
It was more than a house show. It was Drew getting screwed all over again. One of the best pictures in wrestling this year of Punk just giving him the 2 count of Drew looking at him like he's seen a ghost. What I'm calling, what a lot of people have called, the Scotland screw job.
They call it the Glasgow screw job.
I call it the Scotland screw
job.
I like alliteration. Yeah, I like the alliteration. That's why. What a finish! What an absolute finish! Also, great match. This match actually sold me on Damian Priest's championship run. Like, shenanigans aside, like he took a horrible. I thought he broke his ankle. Like when he messed up the top rope spot. Yeah. That looked really scary.
He got caught.
Yeah, he got caught, and thankfully Drew knew how to kind of keep kayfabe and kind of also help him out of it at the same time. But Damian,
because here's I can't win like this. What do I do?
What do I do? And then he got him out, and then for the rest of the match, Damian Priest sold the bum ankle, which I think it was actually really injured to begin with. So
yeah, probably hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I bet it did.
It looked painful and very scary.
Really scary. For him, you have the match. It's a great match, and Punk comes out with one of the greatest troll jobs in very, very short pants. I don't know who put those pants on him, but he needs new ones. Kay, did you see the footage of what happened?
I watched it live.
No. Did you see what WWE released right after that happened?
WWE. Oh, after it happened. No, okay.
After it happened?
Did Tyson Fury come out and sing again?
No. So right after the screw job happened.
I watched the post show.
Right after the screw job
with
happened.
The donuts.
We will talk about that great ass fucking promo of a post show performance by Punk. No, right after the screw job happened, they were going off air. And the visceral reactions that I've seen from the crowd there was amazing. WWE released footage of right before Punk came out. So Punk's there in this Nike compression long sleeve that he's wearing, and he's watching everything go down. He looks at ref Jess and is like, "Jess, do you have an extra referee shirt?" And she's like, yeah. Why? He's like, "Give me your shirt. Give me your shirt." He's like, "Oh, here you go. Give me your shirt. What do you need it for? Don't worry, you'll get it back. You'll get it back." And he runs out. And that's how the moment happened. That is how.
I like the minute the ref went down, I'm like, Punk's coming out in a ref shirt.
It was so good. It was so
good. It's perfect.
Punt. That's hilarious.
You know what it reminded me of? And Will, you'll remember this. Remember when The Rock was a special guest on SmackDown? It was 1, 2, it doesn't matter if The Rock counts to 3. That's what it reminded me of. Oh, man. And then the presser happened. One, Damian Priest had a solid presser. Did you watch the presser for Damian?
I didn't watch the presser, no.
I watched the whole presser.
So Damian's legitimately hurt because, I think, Kay, you'll understand this, that wasn't Damian Priest, that was an angry New York Puerto Rican that went into that press conference because he was hurt. He literally goes, "All rise for me. I'm not going to answer any questions until everybody stands up." Everybody. And then he goes on about how Drew needs to go to the back of the line. I beat him with one leg. Why am I even fighting him anymore?
Mood, honestly.
Yeah. He's like, I've already proven myself. I'm not a paper champion. I'm not a transitional champion. Like, it was a great promo by him. And then they brought out Punk, who comes out in Kelly Green Irish Football Club soccer jacket and a pile of donuts. And just
all he needed was the spindrift with him.
And just goes on an absolute tear. Some Scottish guy was like, Drew, he goes, hey, so you screwed over Drew, so all of Scotland kind of hates you right now. Now you're wearing this Irish Football Club shirt, so like another half of Scotland hates you right now. How are you feeling? And he's like, first off, sir, I do not agree with your inference. He goes, I got some cheers. People still like me here. My best line he goes, I don't wish injury on anybody, but when Drew told me that he prayed and he was happy that I was injured, that's when I decided that no matter what wrestling promotion I'm in, as long as there is breath in my lungs, Drew will never win another title.
That's good.
I was like, wow. That's like, if Kendrick Lamar and Drake didn't exist, CM Punk would be the best hater of the year.
He would.
Like, it was amazing. And then he started offering donuts to people. It's absolutely...
Like, several times, he's like, are you sure no one wants a donut? No one wanted one.
I would have taken one.
I would have taken one. Boris also would have taken one.
Well, we know Boris would have taken one. So and then on Raw, Drew quit. Drew, we were all waiting.
That was so good.
We were all waiting.
Wait, I didn't see Drew quit.
So, all right, I'll explain to you. Okay, so Drew McIntyre. We were all waiting for this wild promo that Drew's gonna cut, because Drew has gotten screwed at Clash of the Castle twice. If you remember, he was supposed to beat Roman and solo debuted. Okay. Not only did solo debut, he almost got cashed in on. Tyson Fury had to help him out. Solo debuts, he still loses. This year, he's supposed to beat Damian Priest, and CM Punk screws him over. And so we're figuring this might be a madman. Drew comes out, he starts to speak, and you can tell this is a hurt individual. He goes, screw it, I quit, and walks out.
What a baby.
Without saying a thing. Just
he goes
walks
so fast.
Yeah. Adam Page tries to stop him. Triple H tries to stop him, so he's gone. So Drew is kayfabe quit. This is very... And I saw something which I think you'll like, Will. This is very, apparently, 97 Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart.
Interesting.
Comparisons, because Shawn couldn't wrestle because he was injured for a long period of time. CM Punk couldn't wrestle because he was a long period of time. Bret got screwed over in a cage match. Drew got screwed over at the Clash of the Castle. Drew quit. Bret quit. So this might be... Drew also did get rid of all of his social media.
Yeah, Drew deleted all his... That was so funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So this could be just 97 Bret and Shawn all over again, with Drew being Bret Hart and CM Punk being HBK. So CM Punk apparently is going to be cleared. SmackDown's in Chicago, surprise, surprise. So CM Punk does what CM Punk does, says, I'm skipping Raw and I'm going to show up to SmackDown in Chicago. So
amazing.
Yeah. So expect Drew McIntyre to also be in Chicago to probably destroy Punk. He's gonna beat the fuck out of him. It's violence. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of violence for a Fox broadcast. A lot of violence. So that leaves Damian Priest without anything to do until Colonel Sanders Seth Rollins came back out of fucking nowhere.
I was like, the fuck is this?
The outfit was fine. It was the flat brim hat. I go, why are you doing this, Seth?
I loved it. I thought it looked great.
You know what the funny thing about Seth Rollins is that, wow, he lasted 1 month at home with Becky Lynch and decided, I'm going to go back on the road.
I was thinking the same thing. Dude, he literally lasted 2 months.
Oh, 2 months, my bad, yeah.
With just the baby.
2 months with the baby, 1 month with Becky.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta go back on the road. I gotta go.
I'm out. These two ladies are driving me fucking crazy.
But I like it. Seb's back. Okay, what are your thoughts on the return of Seth freaking Rollins?
I was super surprised to see Seth come back, but I'm very excited to see Seth back. But now I'm just like, I kind of fucked up my, like, what I thought might happen for SummerSlam. Because I was like, oh, it's going to be Punk and Drew. And now I'm like, oh, maybe it won't be. I just don't want it to be a triple threat. That's the only thing I don't want.
Yeah.
Because that's boring as fuck to me.
I think Punk and Drew is a non-title blood feud at this point.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I think the trajectory, I think Damian Priest has earned his right to win at SummerSlam. Here's what I think. I think Damian beats Seth. Seth does a job for Damian. Damian beats Seth.
Yep.
Damian goes on to face Gunther as per already what's going on, what's already been said since King of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, some way, Damian beats Gunther. Gunther beats Damian at Bash in Berlin several weeks later. I think it's a two-parter with Damian and Gunther.
Oh, I like that.
Therefore,
because Bash in Berlin's after SummerSlam?
Yeah, SummerSlam begins August. Bash
August 31st.
Yeah, Bash in Berlin ends August.
Yeah, they could do that.
Yeah, because I figured, like, do you want to have Gunther come in as already of a champion, or do you want him to have a massive moment in Berlin? I think I would rather have him win. Therefore, you give Damian...
That would have a lot more impact.
Yeah, and therefore, you give Damian Priest a solid, 4 months as world champion?
Mm-hmm.
May, June, July, August. Yeah, 4 months.
Yeah,
close to 5 since it's like the dead end of August.
Yeah, so you're beating Drew, beating Seth, beating Gunther once. It's a good run.
A fine run.
Yeah, it's a solid run for your first world title. And the title did what it needed to do for Damian. That's what I think is going to happen. Who the hell knows? But Seth's back. He's in the picture. I'm just waiting for somebody to kick him in the knee and he's injured again.
Stop. Don't say that.
Take an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, something.
Punk's going to do it, too.
Punk probably will do it, too. I want Punk to be the troll of all of WWE. Like, everybody he hates, he just screws them over all the time.
Honestly, I would be so here for the CM Punk Summer of Troll Punk.
Summer of Punk, the troll version.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great.
A troll in Central Park, or whatever the Chicago equivalent would be.
I don't fucking know. A Malort in Central Park or something. Remember Malort shots, Will?
That just sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it was. We were dumb tourists, but hey, we did it. Just to say we did it.
We had to.
Yeah.
It's part of the culture.
Yeah, it was. And somebody was paying for our drinks. You don't deny a free drink.
No, you don't.
Yeah. So at some point down the road, we're getting Seth and Punk, and I think it's going to be for the world title at Mania in Vegas. I think that's the end goal of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I think at some point. So it's going to be a slow burn to it, but it's going to be a fun one. So right now, Money in the Bank is set. Drew, Seth, not Drew, my fault. Damian, that's the other day. Damian, Seth, and somehow Damian, with all the other shit going on with Liv Morgan and Dom Mysterio and everything else, is going to survive this. Kay, I know you had some comments about Liv and Dom, and I want to give you some time to speak on it.
Oh, how it's like the least realistic thing in wrestling. How Dom and Liv Morgan is the reason why people like call out wrestling for being fake, because it is so horribly unbelievable that Liv, who is cute, would try to fuck with Dom, who is not cute. And I understand that it's a revenge thing, right?
Yes.
But no. Like, forget the fact that in IRL Dom just got married. Like,
that's what ruins a lot of it for a lot of like diehards.
Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, that's part of it, but it's just like not believable. They don't have chemistry.
I don't think it's the idea for them to have chemistry.
I get that it's supposed to be like,
yeah,
it's a revenge. I get it's like a revenge fuck. Yeah, but I don't believe that he like want to. Either of them would.
I mean,
like, it doesn't feel believable.
I think Liv Morgan would. She's doing a good job of selling it on screen.
Yeah,
she's doing a good job of selling. I just
Dom's playing just a little kid too much, because at this point,
I love Pat McAfee's play-by-play
with the telestrator.
He's like, Finn Balor took the key. It's right there, Cole. What does this mean? And Cole's like, I don't think we can say it on TV, Pat.
No, it was great. I mean, at this point, I saw it and I was just like, I saw what like she was wearing Dom's cowbell. She's like, take it off me, and I'm like, at this point, Dom, I'm not blaming you for whatever you do right now.
Yeah, it's every little boy's dream.
Yeah,
That's why I like it. I am vicariously wanting to live through Dominic Mysterio.
Bad mustache and all. Yeah, I don't like. Listen.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, it's like Dom never seeks out these relationships because remember, Rhea manipulated Dom to begin with.
Oh yeah.
As a storyline began, they weren't in love. Rhea manipulated Dom as a way to get at Ray.
Dude, Dom is such a cuck.
I don't.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
Like, put it this way. Imagine a scenario where Rhea comes back and then Liv goes after Rhea and Rhea's about it. And then Dom is just like, well, I'm just here to watch.
It's literally going to be Rhea versus Liv, Dom's dick on a pole.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like custody of Dom match would be really fun.
Again.
Again.
And then fucking Vicky has to miss her spot again. And Rhea has to be like, where's Vicky? Where's Vicky?
Yeah. But Kay, I totally get what you're saying. It doesn't feel real or believable. Yeah, I'm totally with you. Especially because last week I mentioned, we know Dom just got married. But I don't know why it's working for me. I think it is just because
it's the guy fantasy.
Yeah, well, that one, and two, in kayfabe, Liv doesn't really believe what she's doing. She's just trying to fuck with Rhea, and she knows it's working because it is working.
Yeah,
Dom is like, I don't know what to do.
And honestly, I'd probably be the same way.
Yeah. But even if you know it's fake, this is piece of you. Every man is a piece of you that goes, what if it's real?
That's true. That's true. That's such a guy thought. Maybe.
What if?
Maybe.
I mean, this person might be a scam ass me for $250, but then again,
who knows? Yeah. Pros and cons. Got to weigh it out.
Pros and cons. Yeah, I could. It's bad. I don't know. This week was much better
than last
week or the week before. So I think it's escalating properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think Rhea comes back for a little bit. Like, I think she's still a few months away.
I agree. I was saying SummerSlam-ish.
Well, SummerSlam's not that far away now.
I don't think she comes back till after. I mean, she fucked up her
I think it's the collarbone. Collarbone. Yeah, those are horrible injuries to come back from.
I think
takes a long time to heal.
Okay, let me rephrase. I think she can make an appearance without necessarily meaning she's coming back for wrestling.
Fair. I like that.
Do you want to spoil? Here's the thing. Do you want to spoil the big return though? Because if she's not being physical, if she can't be physical, why use her?
That's a good point.
As a distraction for Liv to lose the title.
See, but don't you want her coming back to be this big rah moment and build up? Like, think of Triple H in the Garden, right? When he tore his quad, they had vignettes.
They played "My Sacrifice" by Creed.
Yeah, "My Sacrifice." And now imagine if Triple H just kind of showed up 6 months prior or 3 months prior to like distract Shawn Michaels for some reason. It's to takes away from the comeback moment.
No, I get what you're saying.
At this point, you've now sold me inadvertently on Rhea Ripley coming back in total Triple H Madison Square Garden gear. Like,
oh, dude, jean jacket.
Not even with Creed, just jean jacket. Like, better than what MJF did, because I feel like Rhea could pull it off a lot better.
She could do it better.
But I'm actually pumped when she comes back and faces Liv. Like, Ricky, me and you talked shit on Liv Morgan for years, and this is the first time she's ever been interesting.
Listen,
this is the nicest you've ever been about Liv Morgan.
Yeah, well, it's like now I kind of get what people saw in her.
Yeah, it's the crazy chick.
Now I get it.
It's the crazier, the better.
Yeah. She found something that works for me.
She needed to be, and always kind of has been, kind of a real life Harley Quinn with a little bit more sanity. But now she's kind of digging into that crazy, I hate to be statist, but crazy Jersey chick. She's got it. It's right there. It's all there.
Like, if this happened a few years ago, she would have been way better than Alexa Bliss for the Bray Wyatt character.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, no, she's the crazier Liv Morgan is, the better. That's her stick. She can't be like the serious person when she was kind of in love with Lana. Remember that
Yeah.
random storyline?
That was really dumb.
That they dropped real quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not doing shit with the title, but it's like, I don't care. There's no one for her to wrestle. This is better.
Yeah. Let her go absolutely bananas. Also going on at Clash of the Castle, probably the biggest shocker of the entire thing was Jade and Bianca lost. They didn't take the pin, but they did lose to Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, two natives from Scotland. None of us on our predictions saw this coming at all. We thought this was an easy win.
Yeah.
Absolute easy win. Will, I know you have some comments. Do you feel like this was rushed?
I think Jade got exposed.
How?
I think because of the botches, dude. She botched up a storm in this match.
She had one. No. The only one that was a.
I found
mistake.
Three and one wasn't her fault. One was a dive at the top rope. Shit happens. You know,
the springboard,
that one,
you mean?
The springboard. That's
an accident. Yeah.
And she recovered fine. So I'll let that one go. The second one was a tap. She did tap. I know that's the way wrestlers communicate, but she did it right on camera. So yeah. That's one for sure. And then three, at the end, she didn't really go for the pin. She kind of like fumbled, fumbled her keys, and kind of was weird at the finish. That's a little nitpicky.
Yeah.
And I say
the tap thing is weird, but at least they played the storyline up well on Raw.
Yeah. Yeah. They acknowledged it. They did the right thing and acknowledged it, and then it is what it is. I think Jade got here. Now, does that mean her career's over and she's fucked and she's like not worth the hype? No. It just shows she's still green and she needs a little more time. I still think because we show signs of brilliance there when she did the catch in the flip, like. Oh,
you mean at the last PLE? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At Clash of the Castle, she did it. She caught both of them.
Oh yeah.
And then did the backdrop.
Yeah, the backdrop and the fall away slam.
Yeah, she has all the potential. She has signs of greatness, flashes of greatness. She still needs a little bit more work with the fundamentals. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I don't think she was rushed to the main roster. No. But rushing to take the titles off of her, yeah, I think that's a mistake. But I also think, you need to give something the fans to be happy about because Drew's getting fucked.
Yeah.
So
and Piper wasn't winning.
Yes, they could be a transitional. They get pulled off at SummerSlam. Jade and Bianca get them back, and they have a little more character development. Like maybe they go a little more aggressive, and say, okay, no more dancing, no more games. Now it's time to get bad and bitchy and fuck up these bitches, right? So it could be. We gotta see where it goes. If this is a transitional champion, that's fine. I think if Bianca and Jade get it back, it's totally fine. But Jade still needs some work and. Yeah, crazy to take them off.
I thought it was weird too, but I when you said they could just be more serious, could they be like the new Divas of Doom?
Yeah, sure.
But not really the Divas of Doom. They can call, I don't know, the baddies or something. I don't know, some running, stick with them, or what have you. But Kayfabe, what were your thoughts?
They do need a name.
What were your thoughts on this semi-surprise win?
Okay, like as a fan of like NXT UK, like super happy for them.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was like super cool to give them the Scotland win.
Mm-hmm.
But like I low-key felt like it was to give them the Scotland win. Like no shade on them. Like I'm not saying that they're not deserving of the titles because they are. I just did not see it happening at this show. I also forgot they were in this match, if I'm being even more honest.
True.
But I'm really curious to see what happens with Bianca and Jade on Friday.
Yeah.
Because I've been saying for a long time, like I was waiting for something to happen that would cause a slight, like a splinter in the friendship between Bianca and Jade. And I feel like, Jade botching a bunch could very well, and then losing could very well like be that first like crack in the armor.
I don't know what they're gonna do because like they never took the pin. It's kind of like they kind of got like
fucked out of it.
Yeah, they kind of got like kind of tricked out of it in a sense. So there is that safety.
Yeah, it was a stolen win.
It was a stolen win. So there's that. Triple H did make a Triple H made it very important to say that this was always the plan to have Isla and Alba win because there was a story that came out about a week or so before this event that Alba Fire's mom passed away in a very horrific fashion. So what ended up happening was, I guess, Alba Fire's mom, who I think was only 51 or so, was visiting Alba Fire with her husband down in Florida, and while crossing the street, Alba Fire's mom got hit by a car and was called dead on the scene.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fucking Florida.
Yeah. So there were the rumors like, oh, they gave him the win because it was like a pity win. But Triple H, no, it was not a pity win. These girls deserve to, have the titles regardless of what has happened. But like, when you heard that, I was like, oh, that's horrible. And it explains why they, especially Alba Fire, seemed very emotional after
she was.
win. And
Michael Cole mentioned it on commentary, but no details.
He was very brief about it, but that was her mom got hit by a car in Florida, and while crossing the streets, and was dead on the scene.
And even if it's a pity win, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
They did something nice for a nice reason. Like, isn't that enough?
Yeah. But also, like, you're going to all of these places. You're going around the world. You're doing all these major or semi-major events in places you've never been before. You have to give those fans something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And if giving it to Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, who according to the history of Scottish wrestling, according to a lot of the announcing, even Piper Niven, big trailblazers in that country for women's wrestling. You gotta give them something to talk about. You gotta make them look. Gotta make one of them look good. Drew was getting screwed, like we said. We all knew Drew was getting screwed. The writing was on the wall for a very, very long time. Piper had actually a good match, but she wasn't. No one's beating Bayley right now, not yet. And so
it was good business.
Yeah, it was good business. This is a good business decision, and it's a good moment. Like, the flowers were an awesome touch too. I thought that was a cool moment.
That was so sweet. I like that a lot.
I thought, I thought the flowers were an awesome touch, and we'll see what they do with them. I think they were injured for a very, very long time because they kept on making appearances and not making appearances. So we'll see what happens with them. But congratulations to them. I'm a big fan of Kaylee Ray too, and that she was also technically the longest reigning NXT UK champion, or longest reigning champion of the Common Era before Roman. Which is glad that Michael Cole did mention that. But moving along, we're just gonna have a little fun here. Name this Max person.
Oh no!
Let's go. Name this person. Wrong answers only. Will Tarasha.
Oh, Matt Cardona.
Fave.
I was gonna say Zack Ryder, but I guess
Fred says Catalina.
Lay
Mysterio. I'm gonna go with I was gonna call Chelsterio or Chelsea Verde. Was a fun one.
She kind of looks like the Wrestle Addict Radio logo.
It should be our new logo.
What if we just cut her face out and put it? Would we get sued for that?
No, I think Chelsea Green would get a kick out of it. I think she has a crazy sense of humor.
She does.
Like an absolute crazy. Like, of anybody having fun doing nothing, it's Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green.
Like, I love anything Chelsea does. Like, when Piper Niven cut that promo on SmackDown, Chelsea Green was like her hype man.
I love her as Piper Niven's hype man.
It's really funny.
It is really funny. And it's a shame. Like, she's making the best. Because remember, we were supposed to get Chelsea Green and Carmella as a tag team.
I know. She got prego.
Yeah, and she's apparently, from what I read, she has a lot of not complications post-pregnancy, but like,
oh wait, speaking
injury
of
post-pregnancy. Who's pregnant? Okay.
Well, I had heard a rumor a while ago that Bianca could be pregnant.
Really?
And like, I heard a rumor a while ago that Bianca might be pregnant, like shortly after they won the titles, and I'm wondering, like,
wait, was it based?
They would have dropped a lot earlier.
Yeah, wait, was it based on when Dawkins trolled Montez on his Instagram?
I don't remember. Time blurs for me, but it was after they won the titles. I don't think it was like right after, but I heard a while ago that there was a rumor that Bianca might be pregnant, and then they took the titles off of her.
Oh.
To excuse that.
I don't. So there was a weird thing that happened, Kay, a while ago, like about a month or so ago, where right before like a SmackDown, Montez Ford's Instagram, where he says like, wrestler blah blah blah, and it says he already has like 3 kids or something like that, 2 or 3 kids, and then someone, apparently Dawkins, might have changed it to like father of 4, and so the internet went ablaze. We're like, oh my god, is Bianca pregnant? While Dawkins is losing his mind on the internet, just like dropping all. Then he changed to like father of 5.
That's crazy. No, I definitely didn't hear that. I just had heard a rumor that Bianca might be pregnant.
I mean, if it happens, it happens. I mean, it'll just be. I want to see more of Jade and Bianca.
Me too.
Yeah, and I think Jade was also thrown off a little bit. Apparently, Jade didn't get her. That wasn't.
Yeah, she lost her bags.
She lost her bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, so she was. So they weren't matching for like the first time ever. But they do need a faction. But anywho, yes, that was Clash of the Castle. Obviously, we're gonna have more on that.
Wait.
What?
What's Rey Mysterio's daughter's name?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. There you go.
Aaliyah Mysterio, all grown up.
Aaliyah Mysterio.
Oh my god! I wish she stayed more. But then she had that storyline with Buddy Matthews.
Me too. Man. She is good as a button.
Yeah, she is. I want Aaliyah to come back and fight Rhea. Like what a weird triangle that would be.
Could you imagine?
Can you imagine the weird triangle? Like, let's think of it. Rhea in real life is about to be married to Buddy. Rhea in storyline is in love with Dom. Also in storyline, Liv Morgan is trying to screw Dom. Okay, then you have Aaliyah, who was also in a storyline relationship with Buddy Matt. Like, there's a great mess of a story that you can pull if they were all in the same company.
She should try and fuck Liv. Like, how do you like it, girl?
Like, there's a great mess of a story that you can do with that. People that's and also, yeah, before
Liv's Father's Day tweet was really funny too.
Oh, she said happy birthday,
happy Father's Day, Daddy
Dom, yeah.
Daddy Dom. Yeah, it's so gross, right? It's so fucking gross.
So good. It is so good. Speaking of, I guess, smaller children. Will, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this too. Izzy, our semi-friend of the show.
I saw this.
Izzy won her first world title.
She won a title belt.
Oh wow, good for her.
Yeah. Izzy won a title somewhere. I forgot where it was, but congratulations to Izzy.
Somewhere in Florida.
Somewhere in Florida or someplace. Yeah, congratulations.
She's the FCW Women's Champion.
We're one step closer to Izzy retiring Bailey. One step closer.
Yep, one step closer.
One step closer. It's almost there.
Bailey just turned 35, so clock's ticking.
Is she 35?
I saw on Facebook the other day, so it could have been a lie. It was her 35th birthday.
Her birthday was the same day as Clash of the Castle.
Yeah, but I don't know if she was 35. I thought she was like 32.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Check for me. Check for us.
It seems old.
For Bailey, yeah.
Bailey is around my age,
35,
and I'm gonna be 33.
Born 89.
Oh, she is 35.
Yeah, she just turned 35. Oh. Jesus Christ.
Hey, we want some Bailey. Go right ahead. All right, Bailey. Congratulations. 35. All right, we're going to end out the show with a couple of interesting stuff. So, obviously, WWE has opened up essentially their version of the Forbidden Door and the Prohibited Portal, blah, 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 with TNA. And that showed that WWE is willing to work with other promotions on a very interesting basis, at least with NXT. Well, the last couple of weeks, WWE has pretty much said, we're going to be open and working with a bunch of other people, particularly in Japan. So we have on the screen right now, it was announced that this more of a startup, I think, Japanese women's wrestling company called Marigold is having what is known as Summer Destiny in 2024. And WWE is sending over Io Sky, formerly of Io Shirai of Japan, to fight Utami Hayashishita in a Queen of Queen match. So very highly touted match there. And also newly, I guess, signed wrestler Julia is going up against Sarai, who was formerly Sarai in NXT and didn't really work out for her. But she is also going to go over and fight this match July 13th as well. Also, In addition to all of that, there wasn't the other big surprise here. WWE also announced that AJ Styles that same day is fighting.
Look at that picture.
Yeah, look at that hair.
He looks like a romance novel cover. It's giving Fabio.
It's like literally, it's like I expect the bottom half to be a mermaid.
He looks like it.
It's a
he's
merman.
the top half of a centaur.
Merman.
He's a merman.
Like literally, like it's like AJ Styles is King Triton.
Reb Schneider is a
Screwdriver.
AJ Styles is a merman. Look at those abs.
Yes, so on the same day, Pro Wrestling Noah.
Just look at his hair. He looks fucking incredible.
Yeah. So yeah, AJ Styles is returning to Japan under Pro Wrestling Noah, facing Naomichi Marufuji. I hope I said that correct. Merman, cough, merman. In a first ever matchup, Marufuji, an accomplished wrestler, one of those wrestlers he was very big, except in every place except for WWE, a 4-time world champion in Pro Wrestling Noah. AJ Styles never wrestling for Pro Wrestling Noah because he had an establishment in New Japan, and Pro Wrestling Noah kind of are at odds with each other. They're kind of the AEW and WWE over there in Japan. So AJ Styles making his debut in Pro Wrestling Noah, and it would potentially maybe a match of a year candidate. This is one of those like dream matches that AJ Styles has never done. And AJ Styles apparently isn't coming alone. He's bringing Gallows and Anderson with him as well. So it's going.
Anderson's wanted a vacation.
He needs to see his hot Asian wife again. Yes, thank you for buying some merch, Frets. So this is going to be interesting. We have Styles returning to Japan in a hall in a place he's never done before. Io Shirai coming back for the first Shirai coming back for the first time since 2018. Giulia, who should be ready to go. There's a rumor she had surgery. The reason she hasn't wrestled in NXT, she broke her wrist and was supposedly had surgery because apparently the rumor was she's supposed to be Roxanne's next opponent for Heatwave in a couple of weeks. So I don't know how that's going to go. Obviously, we have not watched NXT yet, but that could be the thing. But real quick, what are your thoughts, Will, on this new direction with WWE opening their doors up to some of their talent?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, especially people who have like history there. Like I could see Kevin Owens going. Is Kevin Owens used to wrestle in Japan, right? Maybe no.
I want to say yes. I don't.
I could see Kevin Owens doing it. I hope they give him Tozawa.
The power of Tozawa.
Yeah, I hope R-Truth goes. Like, I guess Shayna Baszler going. Like, there's definitely certain people that would make sense going. I think this is cool. You know, I mean, props to AEW for doing this first and showing WWE that it can be successful and it can work and fans do want to see it and fans do know these other wrestling. And if they don't, it's like, well, they can go if they want to. Like, there's no harm to WWE in letting their stars do this unless they're hurt, unless they get hurt.
Yeah.
And it's going to become a problem. But AJ Styles has finished a program. There's something else for him. Might as well let them go do something.
Yeah, I like the idea. And I think the difference is with this is that these are kind of just one-offs where I think AEW kind of drags them out a little bit more. So it's kind of like they're there. I see WWE treating these as special attraction matches.
Yeah. Like if you have people on the roster or WWE roster that you're not using, you have no storylines for, you can go send off to a one-off in Japan or a one-off in Mexico or a one-off in whatever, TNA. There's no reason not to. Yeah. I mean, they even do it with NXT. Like Baron Corbin was in NXT the past 6 months. Some of you might not even know that.
And he had a great run in NXT. He won a title.
And apparently he had a good run. He was a tag team champion, and I cheered for him at WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, that's how good it can be.
Yeah.
But still, like there are other options. Like if you have these talent, find creative ways to utilize them if you can't get them TV time.
Yeah, and it also it spreads the WWE influence out even more. And the rumor is that Triple H is looking into Puerto Rico and Mexico as those next special attraction stops for a lot of their performers, which makes
absolutely
all the sense in the world. Kayfabe, who would you want to see in what promotion around the world from WWE fight whomever? Do fantasy book something for me right now.
Someone versus
someone else outside of WWE. Someone in WWE versus someone outside of WWE in their promotion.
It's over for me.
Oh, did the muscle relaxers kick in?
Yeah,
we're gonna wrap this up soon.
Yeah. I definitely want the return of Dolph Ziggler.
I do
because
too.
that's the first name
I
have in mind.
I don't.
I do.
I miss him so badly.
He's in TNA. It is highly possible now.
Give me Dolph Ziggler versus who would someone interesting be? Give me Dolph Ziggler versus LA Knight.
Actually, I'm all about that. I kind of want to see that one. Will, same question to you. Fantasy book something.
Honestly, I don't know people outside WWE.
Okay, that's an issue. Do TNA. I know you want to see Moose fight somebody.
I want to see Obafemi take on Moose.
You want to see Moose die?
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Bobby Lashley Moose. Montez Ford and Moose would be cool.
Moose versus anybody?
Moose versus Braun Strowman would be cool.
I have one that I pitched to Mance the other night.
Oh, yeah?
I pitched Braun Breaker versus Goldberg.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
That I got from like a TikTok.
I
want to see Shinsuke Nakamura versus Joe Hendry.
Ooh.
You know what? I want Joe Hendry.
I still want Drew versus Joe Hendry.
I want Joe Hendry versus R-Truth.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think if Elias had stayed with WWE, Elias and Joe Hendry could have been really fun.
Elias is the weirdest person on social media these days. It's kind of scary.
I heard he led another Bible study the other day.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if it's a gimmick or whatever. And hi, Smiley. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. A little late on this, but welcome, Smiley. Welcome back.
Smiley, look at AJ. Doesn't he look great?
He does. You know what? Mustafa Ali could do something. Apparently, he's having a crazy run right now in TNA. And you know what this does mean well now with the TNA and NXT partnership? Top Dollar could come back.
Oh, fuck me.
he just won a title in TNA. He's a digital champion now, digital media champion.
Good for
What's
him.
a digital media champion?
Something Tommy Dreamer started.
Good for him.
Put it that way.
You tell me we can have Tommy Dreamer back in WWE where he belongs?
You could.
Oh, fuck yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking. Let's go, baby. My favorite wrestler of all time, Tommy Dreamer.
I wouldn't be mad about a Tommy Dreamer return, honestly.
There was this idea with Goldberg and Braun Breaker that like Braun Breaker keeps like running like amok until SummerSlam, and Adam Pearce is like, I have a special opponent for you, and it's Goldberg versus Braun Breaker at SummerSlam. Dude,
Goldberg would bury him, though. That's the thing.
That's the greatest part about it.
And the internet would lose their fucking minds.
As someone that actively hates Braun Breaker, give it to me.
I don't see Dave Meltzer now, -2 stars.
I don't hate Braun Breaker. I think he's being booked rather well, and like
exactly, which is why
he is being booked well. But I just don't like him.
I get it.
I think he's great. Especially, that's especially why if Goldberg comes in and buries him, people are going to lose their fucking mind because they're booking him so well.
He's so fast. I know, Will, you saw it in person. You were like, holy shit. Like, how he runs the ropes.
It's scary.
Yeah. All right. Well, by the way, before we get off this, Will, have you seen online when Braun Breaker, when he tackled Ludwig Kaiser?
Yeah, you've murdered him.
No. Someone redid the shot because the aerial view was perfect for it, and they did it with the Sonic rings. So as soon as Ludwig gets tackled, a bunch of Sonic rings.
Oh my god!
It's in Tip of the Crown, I think. Someone also did it for when AJ took the spot in the I Quit match when he fell through the table. So like you have Ludwig running, and he collects all the rings.
That's hilarious.
And then he gets speared, and all the rings go away. Someone's doing the Sonic edits for a lot of big spots, and it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, no, WWE is spreading their wings really, 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 really far right now. And it's great. Wrestling is freaking awesome. You don't know who's going to show up where now. Everything's wide open, including our show, because next week, ladies and gentlemen, as we mentioned earlier before, Slack is coming back for the first time in over 18 months because we forgot Slack. And Mr. Wild P, we're going to have a War of Worlds, Slack and Mr. YLP going at it. It's pretty much going to be wrestler's court. We're going to talk about Forbidden Door and all the calamity. Kayfabe, bring back Freckles, for God's sakes, please bring back Freckles.
Oh, I can bring back Freckles next week.
Yes, please. I just want to torment Slack as much as possible. Wow, Smiley already saying boo fuck Slack. I'm gonna need that energy for Slack. Maybe we should have people like live vote who wins the battle between Slack and Mr. YLP. That's how I'm gonna promote this show next week.
Wait a minute. Why have we never made Team Slack and Team Fuck You Slack shirts?
Because there's not enough Team Slack people.
Yeah, who's gonna buy it? Like me?
Yeah, just like,
kind of.
Yeah. Be the only spokesperson. I think Fretz will buy just out of spite. Fretz is the person I see would buy Team Slack stuff and then burn it on video and send it to Slack.
Could you imagine just walking around Canada and then seeing a Team Fuck You Slack shirt in the wild?
That's the greatest part about the shtick, is because no one would know why somebody was so aggressive to make shirts like this.
Who the fuck is this Slack person?
Exactly.
And why do people have such beef with them that they have a shirt?
Exactly. I already have a design idea if we did Team Slack. Like, I want to do like the serial killer using the magazine and all the different letters of Slack.
F-U Slack though. You probably couldn't let out fuck.
Yeah, we probably our merchandise probably wouldn't allow that, but it'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I'm shocked you haven't released them yet. It's because it's wouldn't work. We need to give Slack more heat and probably more time on the show before we do anything. We literally forgot about Slack for a year and a half. But Kay, I do give you permission to make a show cover for next week.
I'm gonna be real.
You're not gonna do it.
I don't have time for that.
That's fine. I can do it. Or give me a cut up Slack set. I want to put Slack set in there somewhere.
I'm trying to think of what the design could be.
I don't know. I don't know. I want like Slack's head on something coming through a door.
What if you take the same cover from this week but put his head?
That's what I was thinking. It's coming through the door. I might actually. That's a great idea. I'm gonna write that one down. So yeah, next week.
Or what if you get like a Hell in a Cell and you get Slack poking out of the Hell in the Cell?
Well, we had the picture
coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine.
Speaking of, because Bad Blood's probably going to come back in October. What if we had a picture of Foley falling off a cell and just put Slack's face and him falling down, and have Mr. YLP logo of him throwing him off the cell?
Wait, that's really funny. Actually, I like that.
I'll play around with it. We've got about a week or so, but I know your muscle relaxers are kicking in, and Will and I are probably going to BS for a tiny little bit after.
I'm piecing
after the show. So, Mr. Tarek, if you may.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that is your cue, sir.
Yep, got it.
There you
Nailed
go.
It.
Proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Hell in the Slack is a great Hell in the Slack in a Stack. A little bit too much alliteration, but I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 380. Money in the Six. It has been a sick couple of days in the world of pro wrestling, particularly WWE. Who knows what's going to happen with the Wyatt Six, and who knows when Drew's going to show up again. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me in Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, some people's DMs, less people's text messages, which I have to check when I get off of a show. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe. The link to all of that stuff is in the link below. We have some great merch out on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast. Follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and at Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. Will Tarashak.
Fretz, you were so close. Slack in a Cell was right there.
Oh,
it was right there for you.
Right there.
WWE new pay-per-view Slack in a Cell coming to you live on Peacock.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Tarashuk. T as in Thomas, Arashuk. I had 911 speed dial because I saw Jay Tay in his car, and I was like, oh, no. It's going to be right now. And yeah, it's my fault. We got that gorgeous mugshot that's in the internet forever now.
Yeah.
Hey, Murphy, how you feeling?
I'm going to bed, y'all.
Yeah, they are.
That's all I have to say. You can find me across 2 social media platforms, aka Instagram and TikTok, because I deleted everything else at K_Fabe. Please check out our Pride merch on the Wrestle Addict 80 Teespring store.
Yes.
And yeah, see you next week.
Yeah, when we come back next week, folks, Slack, Mr. Wild P, it's going to be a loud, it's going to be a long show. It's going to be absolutely borderline uncontrollable, and that's what's going to make it all the more fun. So until next week, folks, goodbye, good night, we'll see you soon, and I cannot wait to say this in person. Fuck you, Slack. See you next week. All right, kayfabe. We will see you later. Enjoy those muscle relaxers.
Love y'all. Have a good post show. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
All right.
All right. So you want the bad news or the sad news?
There's bad and that's. I've never had that choice before, actually.
Yeah. You want the bad news or the bad news or the sad news?
Let's do the bad news.
Bad news, Judge left the game after getting hit in the hand with a hit in the hand by a pitch.
Sad news?
Willie Mays died.
I'm glad I chose bad news first, but really?
Yeah, 93.
Damn it, right before the Rickwood Field game. Damn.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, they're doing it on Thursday.
Did he play in both? No, he didn't play in both.
Yes,
he did play in both.
He did play in both, yeah.
Fuck, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's a wild.
Yeah,
all right.
Because he got some hits.
There's a guy who's still alive as of like this morning.
Yeah,
who played in both the Negro and MLB.
I think he might have been. I think he might have been the last one.
The last one. Yeah, because Buck O'Neil died a long time ago.
Buck O'Neil, Josh Gibson, I think is no longer there anymore. No longer here anymore. Satchel Paige has passed away, from my knowledge.
Yeah, they all died a while ago too.
Yeah, so I think Willie Mays was the last member of a person, last player who only who played Negro Leagues and MLB. Damn, that sucks.
That's wild.
That sucks. I want to watch that game though. I wish they did.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I wish they did it Wednesday, but they're doing something else Wednesday at Rickwood Field.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how the field is kept up. Like if they made any like renovations or how.
Oh
it
yeah,
looks.
I was talking about it with my dad on Father's Day. They did a $5 million renovation project to put it up to MLB standards.
Nice.
So, and both teams are wearing Negro League inspired uniforms.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, no, I like it. I mean, it fits right into the schedule of Major League Baseball. Make it an annual thing.
Juneteenth. Yeah, make it like every Juneteenth kind of a thing. That's cool.
And then they need to
I like
rotate the
teams. The Field of Dreams game was cool too.
Yeah, and I think they should rotate the teams that play each year.
Definitely.
You know the teams that had Negro League teams in their cities or their towns or whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the idea. Like it should. Like I don't know why we didn't do the Field. Like I like the Field of Dreams game was great. The first one with the Yanks and the White Sox.
It was really cool. It was a bullshit game though.
I agree.
Yankees lost. They blew it.
Yeah. No. Then they only did it twice, right?
Yes, it was the Cardinals and the Cubs last year.
Why did they stop doing it, or are they just like moving to something?
They did the Negro Leagues instead.
They could do both.
You don't want to gimmick it too much.
True. I mean, like the NFL has European games. Like I think one game out of 182 or whatever you can dedicate to like the Negro Leagues or the Field of Dreams. I guess I do like the Negro Leagues more because it has more of a historical context, not based on like a work of fiction.
Yeah, Field of Dreams, like cool, Kevin Costner.
And he did the speech from the movie. I was like, that was cool.
Well, that's because James Earl Jones is like 98.
Yeah, no, but I think the Field of Dreams game should be like the NHL's like stadium series almost.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's a cool gimmick.
And unfortunately, I think Rickwood Field is the only Negro League field that's still standing.
Probably.
You know, what the fuck? So I just realized I don't have shit to do tomorrow, so I can turn off all my alarms. This middle of the week holiday is really screwing with me.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. I got a meeting in the morning.
Oh, really?
I'll probably go like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's Willie T stuff. And then Chad's not going to lunch.
As you should.
Yeah, I go like a 12:30 lunch, and then after that, I'm just chilling the rest of the day. I'm just hanging the fuck out, probably playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, that's what you're on now?
Oh yeah, dude, I'm on a samurai kick. Didn't I tell you last week?
You did tell me you're on a samurai kick. I didn't know you were on Ghost of Tsushima.
It's in full swing. Ghost of Tsushima, it's excellent. Pick it up if you haven't picked it up.
If I can get it on Game Pass or something. I'm kind of sick because I get paid, so I got to pre-order NCAA football.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I literally almost bought all the Kingdom Hearts games again because now they're on Steam.
Did you really?
And here's the thing, dude. I already have like the 3 or 4 good ones on Epic Games, but I hate Epic Games so much. I almost bought them again on Steam because they're on sale. Epic Games is so awful, dude. Sometimes it can crash your computers for no reason.
Oh, that sucks.
Epic Games is not a good launcher. Steam is just by and far the best.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did you hear? Speaking of video games and stuff, did you Nvidia just surpass Apple and Microsoft as the most profitable publicly traded company in the world?
That's gross.
Yeah. That came out today. Nvidia is like the richest company in the world now.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. But yeah,
I mean, dude, like they gotta come back down to earth eventually, though. I mean, they're highly overvalued because there's no competition.
Yeah, there's nothing beats Nvidia.
Yeah, but once that competition comes in, they're gonna take a fat tumble, come back down what they truly should be worth.
Probably, yeah. So yeah, no, it's pretty nuts. But yeah, no, I am.
That stock split helped though.
Oh, that's what happened. They split it.
Yeah, so it was a 10-1 split.
Wow.
So it brought the price from like per share from $1,000 to $100.
That's why they got profitable because more people can freaking buy the stock.
Yeah, more people can buy it. So for those who don't know, like a stock split is, so if you own 10 stock of something and it does a 10-1 split, nothing happens to your value. And so instead of having 10 shares, you get 100.
Yeah.
So instead of having 10 at 1,000, you have 100 at 10.
Yeah.
And then everyone else can buy one share.
One share of it at 100. Yeah.
100.
That's why they split
the honestly,
stock.
I keep thinking like, okay, what's the catch?
Yeah.
Like who is making more money in this? Like how, like obviously Nvidia is making more money in this scenario because more people can afford their stock.
Yeah.
But I guess it's also good for people. I don't know. Like who else, like someone has to benefit more than this. Someone's getting fucked in this deal. It's capitalism. Someone always gets fucked.
Yeah, I think Nvidia is the company itself is the outright wins the most out of this.
Yeah, there's getting more people buying their stock.
Yeah, more people buy their stock, and more people are available to buy their stock, and the only person who ultimately wins is the company.
It's also more legitimate buyers as opposed to stock buybacks. Like,
Correct.
How much our economy is probably inflated off companies doing stock buybacks?
I could only imagine.
It's probably a fucking lot.
Yeah, so that's what it is. I was like, the only people who are benefiting are the people at the top. Like, it makes it look like, I'll fix that link. Thank you, Frets, for letting me know. The KOTR link tree in the bio here doesn't work. I'll have to fix that. I meant to go browse the KOTR merch. Yeah, it should work somewhere else. I'll send you a link if need be. But yeah, ultimately, I think it's just the company. Like it makes it look like the company's doing something charitable, like allowing more people to buy, but it's not really. It's just giving them more money.
Yeah,
it's a PR stunt almost.
Yeah, that's like the way to look at it. It's like a PR stunt.
It's a PR stunt.
I mean, if you made money on Nvidia, good on you, dude. If you bought it in 1990, it was literally like 64 cents.
Yeah.
Like Jesus, and it got up to imagine having a stock go from a penny stock going all the way up to $1,000 per share.
Jesus.
Like honestly, sometimes like, what if I just take $100 and put $10 on 10 penny stocks and just do that like once a month? One of them eventually has to hit it big.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Fred. So the link tree, I know the link tree might not work in our video description, which I'll change after this since I don't have shit to do tomorrow. But the merchandise store link does work in the description. I just checked it on my other computer, so you can definitely click there. The merchandise link does works rather well. So if you want to, since you're on a shopping spree, apparently, so I'm definitely gonna post up, Will. But I showed you the War USA Global Series stuff, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's pretty much the War. It's probably in our Discord chat. It's pretty much the War logo, but instead of the luchador mask, it's the American flag.
Oh no, I did not see that.
I didn't. Oh, it's got to be in there.
Where is it? And in Discord.
I want to say it's in this. I want to say it's in the Discord. It might be a little bit up there. I talked about it a couple weeks ago. In our chat.
Oh, in our chat.
Yeah, in our chat.
I definitely saw it, then I just don't remember.
We put a lot of dumb shit on there, like Boris being obsessed with the white six. We do. Let me double.
Is it in our host chat?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm looking at. Oh my god! I still haven't done the app. Was it too good to go?
Did you not do that yet?
Not yet. I have the app installed though.
Have you looked at it at least?
Yeah, I have. There's a pizza place next door. It's gonna be perfect for it. You know, it's always pick up at 11.
Oh, because when it's closer to close, that's why.
Yeah, like I don't want to eat pizza at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday.
They don't have like a lunch option?
No, I don't think so.
Ah, that sucks. Let me see.
Okay.
If I didn't put it in there.
I guess I didn't put it in there because I scrolled all the way back to like April.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely not there. Let me find it right now. I definitely.
Mr. Fred's posting peanuts and brisket and merch.
Hold on, let me find
tote bag. Not tote bag. Nate kissing someone's hand at a 30th birthday party.
Really?
Yeah, KOTR. Okay, that was a new. That's when we switched over. Mr. Burns, excellent. We're here. It's pretty cool that every now and then random people join our Discord.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put it in the Discord right now for you.
Like, who are all these people? I'm looking at the full list. I'm like, who are these people?
There you go. I put it in there for you.
And hit a button. Oh no, I have not seen this. Okay, that's cool.
Yep. You know, for the upcoming holiday season and all that whatnot, and all that bullshit.
America.
Fuck yeah.
Trying to find that right-wing audience with a logo like that, man. And then I see kayfabe and then leave.
So yeah, we're gonna keep that going. So I figured I'd start called the War Global series and just do different countries as we go along.
All right, that's cool.
See what sticks, but I like it. Maybe even do states if it gets really down to it.
Dude, state flags are doofy. Some of them are really weird.
Some of them are really weird, but like ours and the New York flag would be dope. Like the scales in the middle.
The New York state flag. I don't even know what the New York state flag looks like.
It says Excelsior on it, and it's the judge with the scales.
It says Excelsior. It does say Excelsior.
It says Excelsior.
Yeah. This thing looks ridiculous.
It's better with some other flag.
Excelsior.
Which is the same thing that Stan Lee would say whenever he'd write.
Although, I mean, New York does have mountains. It does have.
We do have mountains.
Marshlands.
We do have marshlands.
It does have ocean and river.
We do have that. Yes.
No, it's a pretty good shield.
We have a lot of random stuff.
Excelsior.
New York's got a lot of weird town names too. You know,
dude, Massachusetts has the weird town names because they're all after like Native American tribes and stuff.
Well, that's most of Long Island too, but like New York there's a Rome, New York.
Oh yeah, Ronkonkoma.
There's a Rome, New York in upstate.
Dude, my favorite is Dwaynesburg, New York. It's the little town middle of nowhere next to Cooperstown.
Really?
Dwaynesburg. Yeah, Dwaynesburg, New York. I like Tarrytown.
Tarrytown, yeah. There's
that bridge, the suspension bridge or whatever.
There's a town in Virginia called Dumfries, but it's spelled like dumb fries. It's like Dumfries and Manassas are in like the same exit.
I don't like the Massachusetts state flag.
I don't even know what the Massachusetts state flag is.
It looks like Tonto.
Really?
Yeah, it's this Native American with a bow and a shield.
Surprised it's not like Tom Brady throwing a touchdown pass.
And a white star, and above it is like an arm going like this with the sword, and it kind of looks like he's gonna whip him.
What?
not a great flag. I mean, look at it that way.
Wow.
The sword is modeled on Miles Standish's broadsword, borrowed from the Pilgrim Hall in Plymouth. Standish was a military commander for Plymouth Colony, known for killing Native Americans. See, there you go. I was right.
Wow. Jesus.
The face came from a photograph of Thomas Little Shell, a Chippewa chief from Montana.
So you're telling me the Massachusetts flag is a pilgrim killing a Native American with a broadsword?
Yes, Garrett called him, quote, a fine specimen of an Indian, end quote.
Wow.
Portions of the body were taken from a native skeleton dug up in Winthrop.
Jesus Christ.
A downward-pointed arrow indicates a pacified Native American.
What? How has no one brought this up before ever?
And then the Latin motto begins, by the sword we seek peace.
What?
Oh my God.
What the hell?
All right. So there's then the belt. Garrett patented the belt after the red flannel belt of King Philip, housed in the Peabody Museum in Boston. He was the leader of the first native war of resistance against English. First belt of Mentokemits, in parentheses, King Philip. So I guess he fought King Philip. Mentokemit was the leader of the first Native American native war of resistance against the English colonizations. He severed his severed head was impaled on a pike and displayed in Plymouth for more than 20 years as a war trophy. The bow is an accurate representation of one taken from an Indian shot and killed in Salisbury in 1665.
Wow. All right. That's your state.
And this comes from MassachusettsPeaceAction.com.
Jesus. That's kind of ridiculous imagery. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, to be fair, this website is totally biased. It's coming from Massachusetts legislative votes to sorry. I was totally wrong. I misread my own headline. Massachusetts legislative votes to change the flag and seal. So I guess they were this article is saying like, hey, they're voting to change the seal. This is what it apparently represents.
Did it pass? I'm assuming it didn't pass. I haven't heard anything about it.
This was from 2021.
So I'm assuming no.
I'm assuming no.
Yeah. I'm assuming it was denied. Which is wow. Wow. I did not know about the Massachusetts state flag.
It looks like Governor Baker might have vetoed it.
Really?
He's Republican. Republican. Yeah, Massachusetts is at least at the time was a Democratic state led by a Republican.
Huh. Interesting.
Just funny because like my Democratic family, they love Charlie Baker as governor.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of him, so.
He's a good governor.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Wow, that's I learned something new about the state of Massachusetts and their flag.
Fucking aggressive.
Yeah, seriously.
It is. Wow.
Jesus Christ. Wow, I don't even know where to go from. I think we should just end the show. Just go from there.
Well, I mean, like Massachusetts still has its roots in Native American culture because, like, my high school mascot was a Wamp, which was the Wampanoag Native tribe, and the logo is the Native American in a headdress. And certain people in the town voted to have it be changed to something else. Mm-hmm. And it failed because the town was just like, no, we like it, we respect it, yada yada. They gave their reasons.
Yeah.
My whole thing was, I think that's the fairest way to do it. You just put it to a town vote.
Yeah.
And do it as a direct democracy measure. Because if you're a Native American and it really offends you, like I understand, but the pressure, the onus is on you to convince your community.
I was wondering, did you guys have any people like descendants of that tribe in the town, or was it just like? Kind of like an homage. I've never met them if
they do live there, but I guess people descendant of that tribe and other tribes were pushing for it. But Braintree has over the years got very much a lot of Indian and Asian people moved in when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So They actually, Braintree just voted to raise their taxes.
Really?
So there was like a direct ballot measure. The vote was on this past Saturday. And
it was a special election?
It was a special election. So it's like a measure. You vote yes or no?
Yeah.
So it was, we raised taxes, like property taxes, 2.5%.
That's pretty big.
With the goal of funding the schools and like, hiring back some teachers.
Okay, so for like increased salaries and whatnot.
Yeah. So the vote passed as a yes. And the whole argument was, we want to, I was like, why? Both my parents voted yes for it. And they were like, the property value. We need to fund good schools so our property value doesn't go down.
So if you increase the property tax and bring it back to the schools, which keeps the schools' education running, which keeps the schools, which keeps the property value up. I get it. Yeah.
But I'm like, I get that. Right?
Yeah.
You vote yes for that reason. Like, I'm not going to judge you. But my whole rationale is just like, how do you know there wasn't enough money to begin with?
Don't they have to report those numbers?
They do, but that doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean the numbers are accurate because it's still a government. Well, government is corrupt no matter how you look at it. I'm like, if you need to raise taxes, I'd be like, prove it. Like, explain to me why you can't move the budget around any other way and can't clean up some dirt and corruption in this town. There's nowhere else you can find money for teachers before the first instinct is to tax the people.
I'd be interested to see what the obviously the numbers they get from taxes and what number and what the budget is for teachers and then the per teacher salary.
Yeah,
would be
I'd be like,
I would need a full number breakdown.
Yeah, I need you, the politician, to get on fucking TV or call a town hall or something and break down the budget to me before I
That's
vote
what I want.
This.
Like, I would need the full
Prove
budget.
to me you need more money before saying, "Hey, we need more money," because otherwise, that 2% is not going to fix the problem. Money is just going to get more money. Is just going to get passed around and shuffled around because you don't know where it's going.
Yeah, that's what.
So I would have voted no for it because like fuck you for raising my taxes before proving it to me. But it passed. So good for Braintree teachers.
Yeah. Good. I wonder what their I don't know. I'm not a teacher in Massachusetts, but I would be interested to see what their salary is and compared to like what the budget is and whatnot. I'd be interested to see what the other conditions were.
Yeah.
For them.
I think they're paid pretty well.
From what I hear, Massachusetts is usually a pretty good state for teachers.
It's a great state for teachers because they're all union. They're very union. My mom was in a teachers union, even though she wasn't a teacher.
Yeah.
She was a social worker. But Massachusetts has always
been
had,
a good
at least
state.
most parts of Massachusetts, a good public school system.
Yeah.
It's like that. New Jersey has good public schools. I think New York has some pretty good public schools, depending where you are.
Depending on where you are. New York.
It depends where you are in every state, but as a state whole.
Yeah.
And they do it based off, state testing, which we had the MCAS.
Okay. We had regions.
And the schools did a good job prepping you for the MCAS.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's tricky.
It is very, very tricky. Anyway, let me get going so I can probably catch the end of NXT. Maybe, who knows?
The Yankees winning 4-0, so that helps.
It's the Orioles. It's fine. Yeah, it's only VOs. Anyway, folks, we're gonna get out of here. Fretz, I'll hit you up to see if there's any. Let me know if you get those links to the merch and all that stuff. But until a wild next week, bye.
Midnight music.